So today's teaching will be about the cause and effect, or the law of causality. And so basically, uh, if you have the page, if you have the book, Words of My Perfect Master, we are reading from page number 101. So please listen to the teachings with the proper Mahayana motivation, which is to attain enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. So before we start the teaching, today's teaching, we will do a short prayer, and that this prayer is dedicated all the people in the world suffering in general, and especially to the people Ukraine, as we all know about the world news. So this is to people who are suffering in war zones. Everyone, all the people in general, and those people who suffered due to the COVID, and especially due to the so we will reflect on the futility. We will reflect on the futility of human lives. We will reflect on the suffering that is endured by human beings, and then all the sentient beings in general. So this will be a silent meditation. We will reflect on the sufferings and the futility of life, and thus the impermanence of our lives. So please sit still, and then focus on your breathing. That you are breathing in. Please be aware that you are breathing in, and as you breathe out, be aware that I'm breathing out. Visualize loving kindness, compassion, love within yourself. As you breathe in, open your heart and take in all the pains and the sufferings of all the sentient beings, everyone that is going through a painful moment. Take all the pain into you as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, send out your love, your kindness, your warmth, your understanding, your openness, your compassion towards people who need it the most. So please continue with this meditation as you breathe in and breathe out. Be aware and bring your awareness to the instruction that I've mentioned earlier, that I had mentioned just now. Okay, thank you very much. um, Now we will start with today's teaching, and today's teaching is it's a continuation of the perfection, the words of my perfect master. So in today's particular chapter is known as chapter 4, and it's on page number 101, and this is about the principle of cause and effect. So this particular chapter, in this particular chapter, we will be talking about law of causality, karma. So karma basically means action. Karma basically means action. So when you act, when you perform something, as we say, every action has a reaction. So when you make a move, then there will be some movement there. When you make a move, there will be a movement. So when you take an action, there will be a consequence. And so this principle of an action and the consequence is known as the law of causality, or the principle of cause and effect. In Tibetan, we just use one word, le. It means action, or which means karma. Karma, which in English would be translated as action. So basically, a performance, an action, an act is known as a karma. And so why this is very important, we will discuss today. Why karma or why actions is very important, we will discuss today. Oh yeah. So the reason karma is very important, so in Buddhism, karma is like the core of the Buddha's teaching. The reason we put such an important emphasis on karma is you are responsible for your own actions, or in other words, you are responsible for your own actions. Because of the actions that you have committed, the consequences that you have to bear the consequences. So basically, what it means here is that Buddhism, in Buddha Dharma, we do not accept the idea of a creator God, a theistic God, who actually created the world for us to live in, and then everything is his play. Everything is according to his whims. So this is something that we refute. And so I'm not going to go deeply philosophical about it. So I'm going to just explain why the concept of karma is important. So basically, so in this regard, this is very important, okay? So if you believe that karma is something out there, or something lying up in the air or somewhere, something out there, which is like the deciding factor for everything that happens to us, then there is no difference between the concept of karma and the concept of God. God as a creator God, a whimsical God, which decides your fate upon his whim. So when we talk about karma, we are talking about not one universal karma that encompasses everything and everyone. Rather, we are talking about a karma. When we say karma, we are actually, even though we use the term karma for everything, we are actually talking about individual karma. So basically, instead of saying karma, we are actually saying, what we are actually saying is actions. So you are responsible for your own actions. So when we say action, there is no universal action that sort of like lies above all of us and then decides our fate. There are no such action like that. When we are talking about action, we are talking about our own individual actions. So similarly, when we talk about karma, it is important especially for people who are traditionally Buddhist to understand this fact. Otherwise, our people who are traditionally Buddhist, our understanding of the karma and the followers of theistic religion, people from the followers of theistic religions, understanding of the God will be nothing but same, same, and the difference only will be in the name. There will be only a nominal difference. So one has to understand when we talk about karma, we are talking about individual karma, and we are talking about karmas that each individual, each of us, is responsible for the outcome. So that is what we mean when we say karma. So since all of us are responsible for our own karma, since the actions that we have committed brings the results that we are experiencing, so therefore we have to be wary, we have to be careful, or we have to be aware of what actions to commit, what actions to perform, and what actions to avoid. This thing is very important. And so therefore, today we are going to talk about the actions or the karmas that we should abandon, that we should keep away from, and then the karmas or the actions that we should adopt, the karmas that we should perform. And then also we will talk about the, basically this is what we are going to talk about. Now, excuse me. So when it comes to the karma or the actions that we must avoid or abandon, that
Sorry, Rinpoche, I cannot hear you.
I'm sorry.
Can you check this?
So the karma that we should avoid is the karma. So there is the karma that we should be avoiding, right? That we should be abandoning, that we should be keep away from. So that particular karma, the karma that we should avoid from, or the actions that we should be avoiding, is known as negative karma. Or to put it very simply, this is bad deeds, bad works. If you do something bad will happen to you. If you do something good, good things will happen to you. So basically, it has nothing to do with a God or someone, lying above us, looking after what we are doing, watching over us, and then deciding, okay, this person is doing something wrong, so I should punish him, and that person is doing something right, so I should reward him. So there is no reward system, in a sense. The only reward that you receive is the reward that you give to yourself by engaging in what is known as the positive karma, which brings you happiness or joyfulness, and by avoiding negative karma, which brings only pain. So bad action or negative karma, negative action or negative karma, bad action or bad deed or bad karma. So I'm using all these words interchangeably, so you will have a better grasping of the word karma. One thing we should keep in mind is in our everyday usage, whether it is in English or in Tibetan or also in Vietnamese, I think in every in all the Buddhist culture, when we talk about karma, we usually think about the karma in the form of the result. So, for example, if something bad happens to me, we usually say like, "Oh, this is my bad karma. This is my karma," right? If something good happens, let's say, "Oh, I have a good fortune or good karma to be like this and that." But to be precise, karma is not the result, but rather the cause. That is referred to as karma. Karma is not the result. So, for example, if something bad happens to you, that is not your karma. That is the consequence or the reaction of your action. That is the consequence of your karma. that is the maturation or the ripening of your karma. That is the result of your karma. That is the consequence of your karma. If I have a short life, if I have a sickness, or whatever negative, painful experiences that I go through, that is not my karma. Actually, we usually say that is my karma, but literally, to be precise, that is not the karma. That is the result of the karma. That is the consequence of the karma. That is the outcome of the karma. That is the reaction of the action that you have committed, whether in this life or in previous lives. So that is one thing we should keep in mind. In our everyday talk, we usually say, this is my karma, that is my karma, but that is not the karma. Karma is what has happened in the past. And what you are experiencing right now is not karma, but the outcome of the karma. So this we should keep in mind. So now, since we have a sort of a vague understanding of what karma is and what the outcome of the karma, or usually what we call the effect and the cause. So the cause, when we talk about law of causality, of cause and effect, karma is synonymous with the cause. The cause is what we mean when we say karma. When we say karma, we are usually referring to the cause, and the effect of the cause, the effect from the cause, is the outcome of the karma, or the consequence of the karma, or the result of the karma, or usually what we call in English fate. So fate is the outcome, and action is the cause. Action is the propeller. It propels the action, propels the outcome. So in this case, good actions have good outcomes, and bad actions have bad outcomes. Very simple, And one very simple analogy that we use is, if you plant a mango seed, you will reap a mango tree or a mango fruit, and not a banana. And if you plant a banana, then you will get bananas and not apples. So to get each fruit, each unique fruit, you will need to plant a different unique seed. And just like that, all the outcomes that we enjoy or experience or endure has to be created or propelled by different individual karmas. So good karmas determine the outcomes of joyful outcomes, and bad karma determines unpleasant outcomes. Normally what we call Now, when it comes to the negative actions, or the karmic, the actions that to be avoided, the actions that to be that has to be abandoned, or which is otherwise known as negative karma or negative actions, there are innumerable. It's infinite things that you should be avoiding. So there is such a large number that we cannot count. But to put it into perspective, it has been categorized to 10 sort of 10 actions or 10 deeds, 10 negative actions to be avoided. So basically, they were divided into 3 groups. One group is 4. So it has been divided into 3 groups, and each group has 3, 3, and 4. So the group 4, so it has been divided into that 3 subcategories of mind, body, and speech. So when it comes to the mind, there are 4. When it comes to the for the mind, there is 3. For the verbal, there is 4. In the speech, there are 4 misdeeds. 4 misdeeds for the speech, 3 misdeeds for the body, and 3 misdeeds for the mind. So 3 for the mind, 3 for the body, and 4 for the speech. So these 10 negative actions has to be avoided or abandoned. If you desire, if you wish to have happiness, if you wish to avoid unhappiness, then you need to avoid the 10 negative actions. So, so when it comes to the 3 misdeeds, or 3 wrong actions, or 3 negative deeds pertaining to the body, or what we call the physical acts, to the physical body, that is the first, number 1, the most gruesome of all, the gravest of all, is taking life. The next is taking what is not given, which means stealing, and then sexual misconduct. Well, these 3 are the misdeeds or wrongdoings pertaining to the physical body. So now we will start in the beginning. We will start with the killing or taking life. So when you talk about taking life or taking life, we're usually talking about intentionally ending life of another sentient being, whether it's a human being or whether it's an animal or insect or any living creature. So this is what we are referring to. So when we kill someone, it can be out of the 3 poisons, hatred, attachment, and then ignorance. So when we kill someone, it can be through either of the 3 poisons. When we were affected by the 3 poisons, for example, when we are when we are in a war with someone, or when we are fighting with someone and kill that person, when we fight with someone and then kill that person, we usually kill with hatred or anger, and when we kill someone to eat that animal, or to devour the flesh of that creature, we are eating with attachment. So we are killing through attachment. And then when we kill without our knowledge, maybe when we without our knowledge, when we just what we usually refer to as accidental killing, we are killing with ignorance, through our ignorance. So whatever you do, whether you kill through ignorance, whether you kill through attachment, or whether you kill through hatred, you are committing a misdeed, or you are committing a negative deed, a wrongdoing, and therefore you will have to bear the consequences. So out of the 3 killings, when you kill with ignorance or attachment or hatred, so even though killing someone is negative or bad, bad by itself, but when you have to rank the 3 types of killing, then the killing someone with hatred ranks the highest. So this is the worst or the most gruesome way of killing someone. So when you kill someone with hatred, when you kill someone with the desire to destroy that person, that hatred, that has such a strong and negative influence, not just on the person that has been killed, but also on your own spirit, or the soul, or the mental continuum, and on our mind, on our mind itself. So therefore, it will last for an imprint, a very strong imprint, will be made into the mental continuum And then even after killing that person, after a very long time, that negative sort of energy remains. And that negative energy will rise and make us eager to kill or end lives of some other person in the future as well. So that is the most gruesome of all. And between the three, killing with ignorance is of the lowest or the lightest offense, or the lightest consequence. So I will not go into great detail here. So basically, I will explain the basic sort of the mechanism or the working of the karma of taking someone's life or killing someone. So basically, what happens is when you kill someone, the consequence of killing someone, the outcome of killing someone is that when you kill someone, you actually shorten somebody's life. You are shortening that person's life. So the outcome of killing someone would be that your life is also shortened, and your life is shortened abruptly. So if you are meant to live for, let's say, 50 years or something, and then if you kill someone when they are at age 30, then you take away 20 years of life from them. So that much of sort of a life, that much of sort of a time, years of their life is what you owe. So therefore, you need to repay that. You need to repay that debt. So if you take away someone's life at 30, who is supposed to live up to 50, you actually owe that person, not necessarily to that person, but you owe like 20 years. And that has to be paid through your own experiences, through your own personal experiences. On your, it has to be, you have to bear the expenses personally through experience, by enduring the pain of your own life being shortened by 20 years. So the basic idea is when you take somebody's life, you shorten someone's life, so therefore your life is also shortened. And so therefore, out of the taking someone's life is a very gruesome act, because that actually shortens your life and takes away a certain portion of your life as well. So then, when you take someone's life, either through your own wishes or through wishes of someone else, both of the actors here, the one who actually does the killing and the one who actually gives the ask another person to kill for him or her, both will reap the same consequences. For example, so one example would be the war that's happening in Ukraine right now, and so when the authorities give the order for the army to march on and take action of the lives of the innocent people, the people who give the order to take someone's life, as well as the people who do take the who take the lives of other people, they are both responsible for bearing they're both responsible, and for that reason they will both have to reap the same consequences of taking someone's life and shortening someone's life. So therefore, the consequence is really grave for everyone, not just the people who actually, one cannot say like, I'm doing this on the order of my boss, so therefore I'm free from all. I'm free from guilt. You cannot say that, because you actually do have the sort of the option or the free will to commit or to follow or not to follow the instructions that were given to you to take someone's life. So when you always have a choice. Usually people say, I don't have a choice. This is a predicament for me, but usually there always is a choice, and the choice is usually which of the two. It may be a choice of two evils, but then you always have a choice of choosing the lesser of two evils. So therefore, we always have a choice whether the choice that we have to make, the choice that we have to make may be pleasant or unpleasant is another matter, but we will always have a choice. And when we make a choice, we also reap the same consequences that resemble, that is in resemblance with the choice that we take, the choice that we make. Okay, so we will stop here for today's session. And if you have any questions, please, you can ask. So there seems to be no questions today. Okay. Okay, that means we will conclude the teaching here and do some studies on our own, do some meditation on our own, and do some prayers on our own, and then send our love and prayers to the people who are in much difficulty at this moment. Okay, now we will do the dedication.